Very exciting.
Yeah, because today the students were driving me batshit crazy. I don't know what it was. Yesterday when I came back, they were awesome. Today, they were messy. They were messy little 4 and 5-year-olds. How's everybody doing?
Oh my goodness. Shout out Chumpets. I love that nickname.
Oh my God, Frucky. We were just talking about you today, Frucky. We said, what happened to Frucky?
I know. I texted her about Frucky and Fluffy. I was like, oh my gosh, are they not getting on, or are they just not commenting? Because see, when I get on, just so y'all know, when I'm trying to get Kelly on, I have just a big white screen on my camera. So I can't see y'all getting on. So don't think I'm ignoring you. But if y'all get on in the beginning and then never comment, we don't know you're on. So anyways, so shout out, y'all. Welcome back to Jeff Lewis Obsessed, where we recap Jeff Lewis Live every night at 6 o'clock California time. I'm Sarah in Texas.
I'm Kelly in California.
Yeah. How's your Tuesday?
Other than the kids driving me nuts, it was good. I came home, tried to take a nap. It was raining so hard here.
I've heard. Even Doug was messaging me about it. Hey, shout out, Kim.
Like to the point where I was on the 91 freeway and there was like flash flood warnings because sometimes that area floods, like when I was little. Quick story. And we were driving on the freeway one time at night and the entire freeway was flooded and like cars were stuck in there. And I remember screaming and crying. So sorry.
Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah, Doug sent me a screenshot of I guess a warning that he had gotten, and it was like not impending death, but it was something very dramatic. I don't remember. It was very dramatic. And me being in Houston where we get rain and hurricanes, I was like, okay, that's a little dramatic. Like, are you inside and you're safe?
No, but you don't know how people drive in Southern California when there's rain. They flip
Even Texas. We act like it's never happened before. I'm like, we get rain all the time.
Yeah, like I was on the 91 and you were in the fast lane. And I mean, I don't know if anybody knows this, but you're supposed to go 80 or above. That's just the general rule. And people were just like,
yeah,
like, come on, move.
I didn't watch all of the story, but Jackie Schimmel, who's on Friday, right? Is she on Friday this week?
Yes, I thought with
Jackie Schimmel.
Megan, right? With Megan, right?
Yes. And anyway, she had a story and it was something about driving home from Anaheim. And I'm like, oh my God, she was in Anaheim. She could have said hi to Kelly.
Yeah, I'm sure she wants to.
Nova
Scotia.
I love Jackie Schimmel. I think she would totally love us.
I love that Jackie. She holds a special place in my heart because she torments her husband Andrew. Handy Andy.
Absolutely. Anyone that can torment their husband like I do. It's awesome. Well, let's get down to it. Happy Tuesday. Today was Adrienne Maloof. How long do you think it's been since she's been on? I mean, forever.
I'm trying to think of the last time she was on. They referenced it, but it's been like 8 months, maybe to a year.
I don't know, a long time. And then Doug Budin was on with her. Okay, we're not going in order, but I sort of got the hint because I think Shane said something about you could watch season 2 on the TiVo thing of Hollywood House Lift. So it gave me the idea, wouldn't you doubt that he's doing her house?
Of course.
As part of season 2, even though he hasn't announced season 2 yet, he said something about wanting to lose 10 pounds before he started filming.
Right.
And that's the only thing he filmed. So I wish he would just announce it. I wonder what the holdup is. This is November. They should be filming now, right?
I think that he's more able to negotiate this time than he was for the first season. So maybe he's asking for something different, more production rights or more money or maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Frucky, you're not the only one that said that. Oh my God, she got dragged on social media. I mean, dragged. Even Kelly and I were like, oh my God, we feel bad for these people.
They read the comments. They read the comments.
They do read the comments. And a lot of times I've seen like them be sarcastic. Like I've seen Leah Black comment back. I've seen
Heather McDonald. Heather McDonald.
Yeah. Heather McDonald. We've seen Zach Noe Towers, MJ. A lot of times they just like the really nice stuff, but sometimes they'll even come back at someone like, oh, thank you. Like if they say something really asshole, they're like, thanks for the information or whatever. So
Jackie
we definitely know they
too.
read it. I almost don't think Adrienne reads it. I don't know. I just don't think she
I think everybody reads it because they want to see what people think. And my thing is, like, I know people think like they're so removed from a celebrity or somebody that's on the show that they
Right.
can't imagine they would actually look at their comment, but they really do. And if I have 108 comments and 98 are about my face and that it doesn't look normal or nice, that's devastating. I just don't
Yeah.
think people realize how cutting words can be.
On the same token, though, I have to wonder, and I go back to Madonna because my God, she doesn't even look like Madonna.
Yeah.
She's too rich to read. Someone said, I love that. That's hilarious. She has a reader for her, probably like the driver. Didn't they say she has Kyle or some guy that's her driver?
Mm-hmm.
She probably does have an assistant that does the reading for her, and probably tells her a very different story than what all the comments really said. Don't you think? Can you imagine having to tell your boss, oh my God, they all said you look like Elsa. Was that her name? Elsa from Real Housewives of Miami, the mom?
You know what's funny though? They just posted the video of the highlights from today. And on the video, they showed Adrienne. She does not look like that picture. That
okay,
picture.
I need to, oh, Madonna's crazy. I need to look at it again. I'm just obsessed with this set of conjoined twins. I am obsessed.
Yeah, I'm not going to post that because I felt it was a little.
You didn't post the video?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, I just feel like you're kind of making fun of somebody that has a disability.
Oh, I sort of see that. Okay.
But anyways, the video of Adrienne, she does not.
I'm enthralled. I want to know more information.
Yes.
I did see a comment today that blew my mind, and I almost couldn't focus the rest of the day. Thank you, whoever's giving us hearts. We love that.
Hi, Wendy.
But somebody commented, do they have one orgasm, or do they have different, or do they both feel it? And now my mind, I cannot unread that. I am obsessed with knowing that.
I memean, yeah, they only share the upper portion.
Oh my God. No, they share everything downstairs, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. They have a separate portion up top, and everything from, I think, chest level down is connected.
Oh my God, I'm so obsessed.
We have to go back to my point. In that video, Adrienne does not look like the picture. That picture she took, I don't know what they did to her face or whatever, but when I like blew it up to look at it, she did look crazy in the picture. And I was like, oh my God. Oh. But the video, she doesn't look like that. She does yassify her stuff, but not, I didn't
really see it because they just kind of showed her face really fast. I didn't really focus on that.
I'll try to catch it. But, you know, it just looked like her face was really round in the picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really round.
Yeah. Is that a show on TLC though? Because I do love TLC, and just like Jameson, I've never heard of them.
No, I don't think they're on TLC. I think they live in a different country. Don't they?
Oh, okay. Well, they're very skinny, which I like. They're very tan. One thing I noticed though is Jeff said something about Stu, which I don't really know what he meant when he was talking about these girls being checked out. Because there's one girl that's into dating. She sounds kind of hoish. She's totally into dating. And then the other girl is like non-sexual, which means I guess she doesn't want to date at all.
Right.
So she must check out whenever the other one's like having sex or dating or whatever they do. And he said something about just like Chef Stu and checks out, and he started cracking up. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like during sex he checks out? During a date?
Yeah. No, like during sex that he's just like, I'm not even here.
Oh my God, like a pillow princess?
No, like Jeff was being self-deprecating, like I'm so bad that Stu checks out when we have sex.
Oh, okay, I get it. Thank you for explaining that. I was like, what does that mean? But that part was not in the video.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, that
part was not in the video. I did notice that. Daylight savings time works for Jeff. Oh my God. Of course it does, Jeff. I think he's an early bird and he wants to get started on the day as soon as possible.
I can't tell you how bad the time change affects me. Like, I know that we've both gone without sleep before and we kind of talked about it. I am not a normal person if I do not get 8.5 hours sleep. I mean, it affects me so much. I'm so impatient.
I'm reading the comments.
Intolerable, and just have such a hard time. So when it's falling back, I'm happy. it gets darker later. I mean, that does kind of suck, but I'm sleepy, I'm cold, I get an extra hour of sleep. When we have the reverse where we spring forward, it's horrible. I take the day off from work. I literally take the day off from work because it affects me so much.
Okay, I am the complete opposite. I had a bad fall and fractured my, oh God, Danielle, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the complete opposite because I love the longer days. I want sunshine all day long. So whenever it starts getting dark at 5:30, I can't stand that. So you're saying you like you like this?
Yes,
not
because
at all.
I'm a very sleepy person. To be honest, I need 9 to 10 hours of sleep a night. That's just my temperament, my body, how it is.
Yeah.
And so, and they even say that during spring forward, there's tons of car accidents, people having heart attacks and things because it affects people so much.
Oh my God. So I would think it would be the opposite because I would think when it gets darker earlier, that makes people more tired.
No,
to me, whenever I see the darkness, I think, oh my God, let's get in bed. It's tired. It's night. And it's like 6 o'clock.
You fall backwards, so you get an extra hour of sleep. When you spring forward, they take that hour out. And some people, if they go with like 6 hours of sleep, it's no big deal to them. But like me, I have to sleep. Kim, I know you're a late bird, Kim.
Kim, you do not get a lot of sleep. I do not know how you function.
I don't know either.
Danielle, DM me. I want to know what happened. I'm really sorry, but I love that you're reframing. I love that. We do need our beauty sleep. For fuck's sake. I got a facial today, and I don't even think it helped at all. A facial. She said my skin is so...
You don't remember the facials that Doug had done?
No, I didn't have that done.
No.
Anyway, she said my skin is so dry, and I'm like, I know. So we all need our beauty sleep, whatever it would help for. They kept mentioning this drink aid. I didn't even know that it was still a thing, to be honest with you. Where do you think they sell that? At like gas stations or something?
Well, I see that kind of stuff there. But I think Adrienne, that's her business. She has that brand. I've never seen it. But didn't you get one? You got one at the Burbank show.
Yeah. So I think how that came about is I think I had called in before the show, my husband, and said that I was coming in for the show. And he said something about getting drunk. And I said, oh my God, I had just been so blasted at my 30th high school reunion.
Right.
So drunk. And he was like, oh, I'm going to bring you a drink aid. And Cheryl from Van Nuys also, because he knew we were going to be hanging out. And he did. Remember at the show, he called us up and gave us that drink aid. So I posted a picture today of me and the drink aid. We tasted it. It tasted horrible. Like, I don't even know how you could drink it to get it down. And it's very tiny. It's like 4 ounces. But there's no way I could have drank that whole thing. It was disgusting. I think it's like a lime flavor. Is it like cough syrup kind of a thing? I don't remember. It was just gross. I mean, I think I literally took a little sip of it like bourbon, like just bleh, like gross. And if it doesn't work 1,000%, why would I even try it? No way. I don't think that stuff works. I really don't. I think you need to down a big glass of water, a couple Advil, go potty. Yeah, I really think it's all about not getting drunk, which is not what I did at my 30th high school reunion because I got drunk. But I think what Paige Davis does, the Trinity with the drink, the alcohol drink, the water. Tea and water. You got to space it out. But you're not getting drunk that way. But, you know. Well, you might get a buzz, but you're not going to be like incapacitated. Wasted. Yeah. Naked wasted. Naked wasted. Thought it was weird that Jeff mentioned Scott drinking the 2 boosts before bed. Why even talk about Scott Anderson? That was weird to me. That just came out of the blue. Yeah, I thought so too. Never mind. Then they talked about their kids. Adrienne's kids, the oldest one's in college and the other ones are 16. Oh my God. I sort of love that she makes them get a summer job though. I love that. I think that's awesome. I think that I don't know if they grew up with money or they got their wealth later on. The Maloofs? Yeah. Did they grow up with money? I don't know either. I almost think they have generational money. I don't know. But she even when she was on Real Housewives, she was very, I mean, she did a lot of plastic surgery and all that stuff, but she was very like centered and knew her privilege and knew what she had. And she was not like super. Yeah. Yeah. I sort of wonder what she does every day. I didn't really feel like they gave us an idea. She was on but I can't really tell you a whole lot about her, except for they did talk about the co-parenting thing a lot. And she talked about being a mom a lot. And she talked about her tequila, which I'd never even heard of. Did you
Me
ever heard of
neither.
this tequila?
No, I don't. I know. I've never drank tequila, nor would I. I don't. It smells horrible. I think that she just has money. She just makes money from being alive. Like has real estate and businesses, but the one thing also I really like about her, she really does hustle. She's not just like laying around eating bonbons. She
absolutely. And the fact that she's got a boyfriend or whatever this guy is that has a really good career and all that. I mean, he could very easily be like, oh, I'm dating Adrienne Maloof. Didn't really say how long they've been dating, so I don't really know, but good for her if she's happy. I love when people come on. Jeff is so fascinated, for one thing. He's fascinated by other people's relationships. He always is comparing his own with whoever's on. Like, does this happen to you? And when he's doing that, that means it's going on with him. So then he starts asking about the co-parenting and like the challenges they've had. I'm not sure what I think about him telling this situation with Gage on air before he's had the conversation with Gage. Like, this happened Thursday. Why wouldn't you talk to him by now? It's Tuesday.
Typical Jeff, vomit.
I'm just curious how you would, if you really think he's mad at Gage about that or wants to talk to him, why hasn't he yet? It's not like he was out of town or anything.
I think sometimes when you've had a contentious relationship with somebody, you're just always not wanting to rock the balance because they usually don't get along. So he's just trying to maintain and make sure everything's okay before.
Yeah.
Because I know he said that he is accepting of Jeff's or Gage's criticisms.
Yeah.
But maybe Gage is not the same way. So he's just kind of waiting it out and doesn't want to offend him.
Yeah, because Jeff does give off the very much appearance that Gage is doing a really good job at parenting, and Jeff is just kind of on the struggle bus, maybe.
I do have to say,
are we all the struggle bus with parenting?
Yeah.
God knows I am. Like, seriously.
Oh, absolutely. And I think with kids, right, especially because of COVID, you really do have to be careful and not send your kid to school sick. There's different protocols now. Like if a kid's coughing a lot in class, I'm like, you know what I mean? So so I think it was a really good idea that she stayed home, but kids, they bounce back really quick too. So I know there's been other times where I've had Tyler stay at home because she was sick. And by 11 o'clock, she's running around doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They just change. So I understand Jeff's point. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
I did think it was weird, though, that he picked her up at noon. Like, I guess before she was in kindergarten, if their switchover time was Tuesday at noon.
Yeah.
But now that she's in school, if she would have not, does that mean she went to school and they realized she was sick and then he came and got her at noon? I was confused by that.
No, how I took it was she stayed home that whole day and she was with Jeff in the morning saying, I don't feel good. And then he said, okay, I'm going to keep you home. And since she wasn't at school, Gage didn't have to pick her up at 2. He had to pick her up at 12 per the custody schedule because she was at home with Jeff. And I do agree.
And then he took her to the Grove. Okay, that makes much more sense. That does make sense. And Jeff was just saying, I would have rather her have stayed here and slept instead of her going to all these errands and then going over to your house. Yeah, that makes sense.
And getting like new shoes, a puzzle, and 2 games. Yeah, and I think that, but then again, I've never shared custody with someone, so I always wanted a break. But maybe Gage is like, I want all the time with her I can have. It's kind of selfish, but I understand, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that is true, Wendy. He's known to take her to the Tower Bar sick. He needs to quit taking her places when she's sick. RSVP is bad for the kids right now.
It is. When I went to the emergency room, I can't tell you how many kids were in there crying and having a cow.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot happening with the youngies right now.
I loved all the talk about the plane. Doug really does know a lot. Of all the chumps, he could definitely fly an airplane. He knows so much about all the rules, and I think he's a rule follower. Don't you feel like?
Oh, absolutely. But I was kind of confused because I was like, what does he mean he puts it behind his back?
I know, like a bag, like a small bag, you mean? Is that what he meant?
I don't know. And then they were like, well, I sit on it. And I'm like, sit on it?
That would be so uncomfortable.
that made me think of something nasty. And then I thought, sit on it. Like, how can you, what are you talking about? Like Adrienne's like, if it's behind your back, you're going to squish it. It made no sense.
Yeah, I can understand it. And I'm like, just put it up there. The only thing I have a problem with is if you're sitting at the front row of like the cheap airline, like Southwest that I fly, and you don't have a seat in front of you. There's no first class. So there's nowhere to put it. So even your purse, everything has to go up top.
Right. And I was going to say, I know Jeff said it's, you know, hit or miss with airline, or what are they called? Not stewardess, airline attendants, if they check or not. Every time I've ever flown, granted it's been Southwest, but every time I've ever flown, they always check my seatbelt. They always make sure that my chair or my little table thing is up, and they're on it. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, Doug definitely knows about airport lounges. He just learned some more information from Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen taught him about the was that in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he was in New York.
And I feel like, you know, since you're coming out in January, I should probably like let Doug know and feel like, Doug, where should I park to wait for Sarah when she gets off the plane? Which, you know, are you going to LAX, right?
Yeah.
Like he can tell us all the information, the ins and outs.
And his birthday is the day before, January 6th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know.
Oh,
Dougie's birthday. Yeah, I kind of want to go to islands. And didn't Valerie say there's an islands in Irvine?
Yes.
So maybe we do that. Of course, I have to get a Granville salad because, you know, love their salad in WeHo. But that's not even close, right? I mean, it's like LAX is over here. Irvine's down here. Anaheim's where?
I say this is what we should do. We're in LA. We should pick you up from the airport. We do whatever the heck we're going to do. And then we have lunch at Granville.
Granville. And
then
West
from
Hollywood.
there, yes. And then we come out to Irvine and we have dinner with Katie at Islands and then go to the show and then maybe go out again to have a dessert or something somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited. If anyone lives in the area, join us.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket. It's $35 to come see Fortune Feimster. And what I love about it is there's no assigned seating. So nobody has to plan anything. We can all just get there at the same time. And there's not assigned seating. So do you think Jeff will plan another chump show? Oh my God. November 15th is the last one he had. That was the only one I've been to in Burbank. I'm dying for him to have another live show.
Yeah, it's we just talked about this yesterday. We don't know what he's going to. I think he needs to do his surgery and his colonoscopy and then figure it out.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying. How my hair is holding up. It is not holding up. This piece is so dead. It's so dead.
I didn't realize I cut my hair so much shorter this time. So like literally I have to wear like a head. This is what I'm working with.
I like it. I love you with a headband or a hat though, and cat ears. Yeah, you can really pull it off. Fly in, Jane. Oh my God, I would love to do it. January 7th, the Irvine Show, fortunefeimster.com.
Do you want to be a talker or do you want to be a doer? That's what I say to Jeff Lewis fans, because a lot of you bitches say that you want to try it and that you're going to do it, but you don't do it. Just do it. The first show that I ever went to with Jeff Lewis live, I was by myself. I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone. And then I met people, and then look at us today. Look at us.
Well, you know what? I hear about that all the time. So I prepared for it beforehand and, you know, met some fans, and Cheryl from Van Nuys met me and all that. And then we all met up with other people. So I kind of had a plan before, but I think more people would go to a show if they had someone to meet them there.
Absolutely.
So honestly, I think so many people, every time I do something, they say, oh, I wish I would have known. I would have gone. So I'm telling you, join us. It'll be so much fun. Jeff Lewis fans are literally so much fun, and Fortune Feimster will be so fun.
Absolutely. And like we said, that the reason we do this is because a lot of
Jeff's Chump Show.
A lot of people didn't have other people to talk to about Jeff Lewis. So this is why we do this. We would love to meet people and have them come out.
Did you see that Cheryl from Van Nuys was pickpocketed? No, I'll have to text her after this. That's terrible.
No.
I don't know why I didn't see that. Actually, I don't follow her. I don't follow many people on Instagram. That's probably why I didn't see it.
I've been so busy I didn't get a chance to look. That's horrible though.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh, a 6-hour plane ride sounds terrible.
Not
Yes,
soon.
I definitely
You need
hope
to
Jeff
do it.
has more live shows. I think they should be in California. It just makes sense. It's more efficient. We're going to the 7 o'clock show on January 7th. There's 2 different shows. We're going to the 7 o'clock
But you
one.
know what? He does have a lot of fans in Arizona. He was very successful when he went there. He has a lot of fans in San Francisco and Fresno. He has a lot of fans in Chicago, Tennessee. I mean, I think if he made more money from it and it wasn't such a hassle, he'd do it more.
Well, I just think there's so many people traveling with him though, because the fun of the show is like, I love that Todd and Carrie were there in the audience.
Yes.
Monica was there. I mean,
Julie and
not
Brandy.
everyone's going to be able to fly and do all that stuff if it's so many people, but it's also just not cost effective, and it's not time effective either. Like he wants to be able to work and then drive an hour to go to a show and do it. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, he doesn't really have a job that you can like write lesson plans for and plan ahead of time. I feel like there's things and deadlines every day that he has to meet. And so it makes it hard to do that stuff.
Yeah. And I wonder if they'll be filming soon, and that can kind of mess with things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish he would announce something about Hollywood House Lift. Hopefully we'll hear something soon. The whole donut thing, that was so weird Sunday. What did you think about? Then he brought up Joe Frost, how he had contacted her and she ghosted him.
He will not shut up about that. I thought it was weird that he I felt like he sounded like a 1950s military dad, like, no, not only are you going to clean your plate, you're cleaning all of the plates. I was like, what? That's not you. Was that not weird?
I did think it was weird. I think the reason he reacted that way is because he said she started crying, like the tears came out, like she was pulling the manipulation card.
I just feel like I would love to go to his house and just be like, this is what you need to do. And this, Monroe, this is what you need to do. And we're going to all do it together. Because it seems like, I know people that don't work with children, they find it kind of like difficult or they don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, it's really easy.
Oh, but she's a whole thing. She's a lot for 6 years old.
With him. I don't think she acts that way with Gage as much. True. And I don't think that she acts that way at school. I think that she has just got him under her little Monroe finger in Monrovia. Yeah.
And I did think it was weird. She says it was weird that she had to clean Stu's plate.
That's what I mean. I felt like it was not degrading, but it was like that, not only are you going to help me, but I was like, it sounded like Tom. I was like, this is Tom. Yeah. That's Tom channeling through Jeff.
Well, and I almost think she was showing her shit. And he was like, oh, no. Like, I'm going to nip this in the bud right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think he felt like, I think he said something about, I've got to get this under control or something like that.
Oh, Danielle, you were speaking the truth. Jeff gives and gives and gives and then snaps. He doesn't say anything. And then he explodes. I think that I just thought it was weird. I felt like he was trying to exert his dominance over her. And I think that would make any kid go, eh. That's all.
Yeah. And cry, like, it's like, if she's never done it before. But I think Adrienne gave good advice when he went into the playroom and explained that he had to do that as a kid. And then I love that he got in there also. He did it for the housekeeper also. I'm like, oh my God, Jeff. He's like, and the housekeeper.
The whole thing is like, you have to tell them that ahead of time. Right. Like you have to set the expectations ahead of the, I feel bad that for people that don't work with kids and don't really understand kids, because I could imagine how frustrating it is. And especially when you have a child, they're going to always act up the worst for you, right? For mom or dad.
Absolutely.
They will put you through the MF and loop.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, Wendy.
What'd you say?
And when he did it in stages, it was weird. It was weird. It was it was weird.
She's gonna be a handful. Okay, I'm dying. I've got to go learn more about these 22-year-old conjoined twins. I don't feel like they're making fun of them. I feel like Jeff is fascinated by them. Is that different? It feels different to me. I don't feel like I'm making fun of them at all. I'm so curious. I want to know all the questions.
It's exploitive.
Oh.
It's like circus, like Jeff's
Yeah,
own little
I see your
circus
point.
show.
I see
So
your point.
I mean, believe me, I pick and choose what I laugh about with Jeff. I just felt like I couldn't repost that because it was why isn't
Why you are in high school? While you are in high school, that's an interesting. Oh goodness, I see y'all chatting. Yeah. What else? Monrovia. I always love that promo that they play.
I
That was
wish they
probably a
would
good
play
one.
the other promo. There's one of her where it was a Jeff Lewis Investigates when Monroe was trying to be a doctor. I don't know if you had heard that show when he did something to his foot. Oh, when he first broke his foot at Leah's. And she put a
Yes.
bunch of Neosporin and bandages on it. And
Yeah.
Brand and Julie were laughing and saying that she was trying to kill him. I wish they would do more of the older promos.
Yeah. They're really good. They're really good. What do you think? This
Yes, Wendy.
sounded so like Doug making coffee at 8:30 at night because he wanted to smell it. He wanted it to smell like fall or like whatever, like warmth. And then he puts it in the refrigerator to be used for iced coffee today. That totally agree. Like Doug, totally on brand.
I totally agreed with Jeff on this one. I was like, candles.
Oh, he just needs a coffee. But don't you think nothing smells as good as a fresh pot of coffee? Like a candle is not going to cut it.
For me, no, I don't like coffee, so the smell of coffee is not a turn on for me.
Yeah, no, it's not a turn on for me either. But for people that love the smell of coffee,
but I love
candle is not going to cut it.
I was just talking with my daughter about this. I love warm candles. I love fall candles, apple crisp, vanilla, cookie butter, anything in those ranges I think are beautiful. I would choose that over coffee any day.
See, and I like the clean. There's one called there's a
linen. I've heard of linen, which
there's one that's a baby blue that Brian buys that's clean cotton or something like that. I love that one.
Yeah,
he loves to rag on Doug for everything. You know what? I really don't think he ragged on. Oh no, he did today. He was teasing him about the plane ride stuff because he was giving all that information.
Oh yeah.
And I think he said something about, I think my listeners are falling asleep or something like that. Did he say that today?
Land the plane.
Land the plane, literally land the plane. This TiVo thing, $29.99, this social media collaboration he has with Jeff. I thought TiVo was a thing from like 20 years ago. I didn't even know that was still a brand anymore.
That's what I thought too. I was like, what about Roku? Everybody uses Roku now, the Fire Sticks. I thought that was weird. I was like, and at one point Doug said something, I tried to catch it again and I couldn't. He said something like, you have TiVo, do you remember him saying that? He made a weird sound effect. I'll find it and I'll post it because it was strange.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry.
So Doug is trying to get on Manjaro. I love that he's so by the book that he is like waiting to see his doctor, a medical doctor, not just anybody. And he's like trying to carve it up so he's actually pre-diabetic.
He's not going to get a script from, what did he say, Michael Decker, MD? He wants to have an actual doctor. Is that how you get diabetes, from eating a bunch of carbs?
I don't think carbs in general, but carbs are so easy to turn into sugar.
Oh.
That, he's trying to be a diabetic for Christmas.
If I was Doug, this is horrible, and if I was like on the verge of being diabetic, then I would want to also be diabetic to get the medicine.
Yeah, but it's going to cost the same regardless. If they're giving this to Krista, who's tiny, they're going to give it to Doug, Doug, God bless him, but he doesn't qualify as tiny.
What did Jeff say about the plane ride when they came and said that somebody had to move? And I was like, that would be me, Doug.
I love that Monica's the one that gets up. The tiniest of all of them. Monica's the one's like, oh, I'll get up. It'll help. He was on the edge. He was probably going to be diabetic on his next visit. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You want to chat music? I don't even want to hear it. Blah, 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 blah.
Again, he's in the past right now. We're back in the 70s or the 80s. I'm so excited by the Pointer Sisters. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Survive what? A colonoscopy? A colonoscopy?
I'll survive a colonoscopy. I don't know. Sometimes I like his music. Sometimes I don't like his music. Didn't like it. Didn't like it one bit.
Do you want to chat about who's on tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday?
No. Fucker. Tomorrow's Carney and Doug. What is Thursday and Friday?
I can't remember Thursday. I know Jackie Schimmel and Megan on Friday, but I couldn't remember Thursday.
Thursday is Lala Kent and MJ, and Friday is Jackie Schimmel and Megan.
Nice. Okay.
His Paws with Stu. Why are you saying that? Annie Pooh. I love Stu, but he and Jeff sadly are not right for each other. They must be on pause again. I don't know. I think it's very interesting that he was going to be on. So
you know what this is?
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
All right.
Thank you for joining us, Chumpettes. We will see you tomorrow on Not a Wet Wednesday. I like it though. I need a week between
Julie and Brandy and Carney. Yes.
Yeah, I mean I love her. I love them,
yes.
But I like them twice a month, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that people start to get, unless it's Megan and Doug. Megan and Doug could be there every day, but yeah, he needs to rotate guests twice a month.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.